Hey, I'm Kev Camelot, and welcome back to Valentino Rossi. The game has last time out, we made our Moto 2 debut and had 3 very successful races. So at the end of the last episode, we were given some contract offers from the back end of the MotoGP class, from all of the Moto 2 teams as well. And I think, like we did in Moto 3, we had 6 races in that class. I think we're going to have 6 races in the Moto 2 class, as well as we're going to join Sam Lowe's at the Federal Oil Grassini Moto 2 team and give the Brit a bit of a scare, hopefully, as we're going to ride alongside him.
Bad choice. Show them what you're made of.
Oh, I will. So as we are going back to the menu and look at our emails, as you can see, the objective with the Grassini team was, of course, to come first. As you can see, our objectives had got upgraded as well after a very successful beginning to our Moto 2 career. So let's change some options first. I've got to change my rider, actually. Can I change my rider in here? My career? There we go, rider customization. So we've got to change our number first to make it white, like everyone else's. So rider style, rider number, color, here we go. So it doesn't look so obvious on those leaderboards. As they do have loads of points to spend, but I think we're going to leave that to the end of the season. So let's go back. And we are going to also change the difficulty, as we can't do that yet. Let's look at the calendar. Hopefully it's a Moto 2 race soon, and it is. It is the Red Bull Ring motorcycle racing returning to the short track. Let's go to Austria, and let's change the race options. As we're going up the difficulty, we're going up to simulation, the highest difficulty there is, just like it was in MotoGP 15 for me on the Moto 2 class. That's it. I don't know why, it just seems like the Moto 2 bike just really suits me. So, up to simulation, and let's go to Austria and qualify with our new team. So here we are in our Grassini leathers. Look at that, looking very nice. As we are going around the Red Bull Ring, so used to riding around here, or driving around here. With 4 wheels, you definitely can't break at 100-meter point in a Moto 2 bike. That's what I do in the F1 games, around 70 meters. But it's not just known for forward racing, this circuit. And its former guys as the Austria Ring. It's have quite a number of 500cc races around here. As once again I've messed up at the top of the hill. It's not going to be a very good debut qualifying effort for my new team, is it? But not very good at qualifying, am I? Seems to be in the races where I do much better. Look, for the AO will do much better in the races as well. Going up the difficulty classes. Oh, we've got the braking Orbi down the hill. Well, we're going to be near the back. As with the Red Bull Ring not being in previous MotoGP games, obviously, as we've crashed, we're going to be last. I don't know how the AO will perform around here. If they're going to be a bit easier for us, like around Sachsenring, like around the Circuit of the Americas, or if it's going to actually be very difficult, like around Aragon in particular. We're going to watch out for that Aragon race late in the season. Or if they're a bit better in the wet as well. So there we go, we hit an apex of a corner, and then we ran wide. It is a bit strange having a Red Bull Ring on the motorcycle calendar, but as I said, there is a bit of a history here. Racing around this circuit is for myself, as we did a 42.6. That is going to be obliterated. So we go get the first corner right. So that's my one-shot qualifying effort. Let's see where we're going to be on the grid. I think we already know where I'm going to be on the grid. Let's get skip time. There we go, 32.5, 34s. Just 10 seconds off the pace. As my teammate Lowe's takes pole ahead of Zarco and Rins, Folger, Morbidelli and Nakagami. Got the second row, Luti, Cortese, Corsi, and Baldassari rounds out the top 10. And yeah, we are 31st. Tanucci, you're taking a race off from holding up the back of the field. It is my turn this time around. So we shouldn't really bother with qualifying for my debut with Grassini. Well, as I said, I'm so used to it with 4 wheels, I kind of taking those lines and braking points. I really got to adjust for the 2-wheeled variety. So let's go to the race. As first we've got skills to improve our braking and throttle management. I'm not sure how I improved my braking, or it's all over the place.
Hello to all the bike fans out there. We're at the Red Bull Ring, and in just a few minutes' time, the riders will be out on track for the 10th round of the Moto2 World Championship. The skies over the track are clear, and the latest weather reports are telling us that temperatures will be as expected for this time of year.
So we are looking at the Moto2 grid round Austria. I do miss Indianapolis in this game, not just because I was pretty decent round it and in real life, but it did provide some good races as well in real life and in this game as well. So instead we have Austria now, very different circuit. As you can see, we're going to have a tough time of it at the back in the race.
The riders are all on the grid now, ready for the Austrian Grand Prix. In just a few moments, the lights will go out and they'll be away at this historic Red Bull Ring.
You can see that 42 very clear now on the front of my bike. I'm blending well with my new leathers and livery, as I forgot to change it into first. What an idiot I am. We're just letting them have a head start, okay? For the 7-lap race. Let's be cautious into this first corner, braking a bit early. And oh my god! I'm flying. I'm definitely without wings. So that's not a good first corner of the race. Let's see if we can improve on our second corner. I'm braking early. AI looking a bit dodgy around that corner, but they've all made it through. And Tanucci's up to 29th, 28th. He's on a roll, the Italian. Putting some rear brake into that. So we're still learning this circuit, of course, because we haven't done a proper lap round it yet. So being a bit cautious on this first lap. As the front slide away again, just like in qualifying. So exactly the same as qualifying. Too much brake, let the front slide away. Got to be very careful of that corner. I find it so difficult in the cars as well, as it's just a blind corner. So yeah, I'm taking the F1 line now through the corners. There we go. That's the end of the first lap. We're lost by a bit. And we've got a 1/10 of a second as well in penalty. But once again, not making the first corner. Not giving us any penalty though. We've got Luti down to 30th. What have you done, Thomas? Well, you had a crash, apparently. But you're far too classy to be down this end of the field. Oh, that hairpin is so tight. At the top of the hill. It's so difficult in the cars, it's even more difficult on the bikes. So we go get the power out of the corner. Now the corner of death. Can we actually make the apex, not lose the front end? Oh, we're losing the front end, but we make it round. We're gaining slightly on the pack. Let's go flat out through that right-hander. Now the penultimate corner, which I have not done well at all that. There we go. We kind of hit it. As Luti's making his way back up the order. And we're still around 2 seconds off the pack. To do a 33. Well, Zarko's doing 31s. As you go for flying essence again at the first corner. As you've got Efren Vasquez battling Julian Simon for 27th. It's now Isaac Vinales is. They're having some good battles in front. I would like to join in though. Oh my god. No turning. This is still 2 seconds back. Oh my god, really getting the rear out and we've lost it again. I do these races in one take as well, just like qualifying. So I've only restarted once on an event, that's the drifting early on. Because I do not the biggest fan of the drifting. Isn't my type of scene. And I don't think this track is my type of scene either on a motorcycle. I'm bad at it in 4 wheels. This time I'm even worse at it on 2. So now 6 seconds behind Tanucci. Well, we're not respecting track limits at all. I suppose we only got a 10th of the time penalty. 5 seconds back. Oh, we're flying again at the first corner. Stop it. We do have some nice scenery around here. You can see the rolling hills, you can see the trees. And I don't mind the circuit in real life. It's a pretty decent race as well. Especially for the MotoGP, I believe it's the only race I saw last year. We had Ducatis battling for the win. And then Iannone won out to get his first win. Top class. Even though I was pulling for Dovi. Because Dovi's one of my riders in the top class. Along with Pedrosa. And Maverick. Because who doesn't like Maverick? So I've gone wide again. I'm just not used to this circuit in 2 wheels. It's going to take more than this race for me to get used to this circuit. But we can give up on probably not finishing last. Let's see if we can just hop that round there and do well as Isaac Vinales is Maverick's cousin. Is ahead of us. 5.7 seconds ahead of us. We're losing a second to the pack. That's how poor we're riding. Doing mid 35, so we should be in the 31s. Hey, we didn't go flying at the first corner. That's improvement. As you can see in front, Isaac actually using the pack as well. Dropping back. Turn, god damn it. It's just not going around that tight hairpin. I'll probably take that corner in second gear rather than first. Just like this corner. There we go, we've hit the apex of it finally. Only took 5 laps. 6 if you include qualifying. There we go, over the hill. This is a much better lap. Still not fast, it feels like, but at least not going all over the place. As he says, he almost does that in the final corner. It's not the 31 that I want, it's a 33. It's faster than Isaac in front. As they're on the penultimate lap of the terrible race. Terrible visit to Austria. There we go, finally hit the apex, even though I didn't get my weight transfer right out the corner. Yeah, can definitely take that corner in second. Actually, most corners seem to be in second gear. Including this left-hander. There we go, full blast through that right-hander, down the back straight. I tried to carry more speed for that final corner. But there we go, we dipped into the 32s. Getting there. Just a shame it's the final lap of the race. So we're not quite going to get into the battle for 30th. Prestigious battle, of course. But you've got Rins and No battling for a podium. Oh, for God's sake. That's the icing on this shit race. It really has been. Tyres have kind of given up. I gave up ages ago. Getting anything out of this race, but let's not talk about this one in the future, shall we? So now 9 seconds behind Isaac. This seems to be the only corner that I'm getting right as Volga wins. Where did you get that, Jonas? Look at that, we're just sliding it into the penultimate corner. And now we make it finally across the line in last place. What a terrible race. Not the debut I expected with Grassini. As Volga wins. The German ahead of Zarco and Rins. Those in fourth. Agata in fifth. Well done, Dominique. As you've got Baldassari in sixth. Morbidelli seventh. Cortese eighth. Corsi ninth. And Axel Pons rounds out the top 10 with Thomas Luthi climbing his way back up into the final points paying position. Let's scroll down there. There I am. Almost 10 seconds back off the pack. Almost 27 seconds back off Volga. So in the championship, that means I've dropped down to 9th behind Corsi. Volga up to 4th after his run ahead of Luthi and Morbidelli. While Zarco still leads by 32 points from Rins. And the constructor standings, Cadex have already won the championship, it feels like, with Speed Up in second. Tech and Suter yet to score. Yeah, not much reputational VR points from this outing. And despite it being a weekend to forget, we do improve our braking, physical condition, body position, cornering and agility. Let's just move on though. As we're looking at our emails and our objective have gone down, Sarah's been disappointed with us. So now we're going to try and get at least 6th place. It's probably a bit more realistic anyway. As we've got Bruno up next. Do love this circuit.
Welcome to all our viewers. We're in Brno.
As here we are in the Czech Republic for the race round Brno. As I said, one of my favourite circuits on the calendar. Despite the races perhaps not being the best round here, I just love this circuit. Love riding round it, driving round it in previous games. And so it should go much better than it did at the Red Bull Ring, even though it may look like we're going wide in the first corner, but you can take that line round here. That first corner has multiple lines. You can see that around some corners as well as you get up to top gear. And braking heavily into the left-hander, totally missed the apex. Now this right-hander is incredibly tricky, so easy to lose the rear end of the bike. We've made it around that. We're going downhill into a very tight complex. First, down to second gear, hitting the apex of that right-hander. Then an even tighter right-hander, stay in second. Now the left-hander where the corner kind of turns in on itself. Get up to third. And back down to second again for the left-hander. Then the right-hander where I don't really need to brake, but I had to there because I went a bit wide. Now up the hill. And another very tricky corner. Down to second. Once again, so easy to lose the back end if you brake a bit late. But being smooth on the power. Now up the hill into the left-hander. Once again, second gear. Oh, got on the power too early there. As you've got to switch back for the right. So now we climb the hill towards the last couple of corners of this long circuit. Almost 6 kilometers long. Once again, down the second gear for the left-hander. And short shift up to right for the right-hander. Up to third even for the right-hander, not right. So we're in a bit wide. Made a haulage of the last corner, but the 2-minute 1, that feels like mid-pack. So let's see if it is. As I hold up with the Mark VDS riders. So session info. Oh, this is not too bad if it's a top 10. I'll take that. Especially considering I messed up that final corner horribly. As my teammate Lowe's once again takes pole ahead of Zarko and Rins. Folger 4th. Morbidelli 5th. Negami 6th. But here we are on the third row with Luti and Cortese with Balasai round out the top 10. I will take that qualifying. Of course, we're going to hopefully keep the pace up in the race as well. As there's a big difference between race pace and qualifying pace. You know, around a second. So, got to be careful of that. If we're qualifying mid-pack, that means you could fall down in the race, but we will see.
This is Gavin Emmett welcoming viewers to Brno. We're here for the 11th round of the MotoGP World Championship to bring you live coverage of the Moto2 class at the Czech Republic Grand Prix. The skies over the track are clear, and the latest weather reports are telling us that temperatures will be as expected for this time of year.
That is good to know, Gavin, as we look at the grid. And as you can see at the front, my teammate, we're going to be following him out of the first corner. If I make a good start, see Danny Kent down in 15th. As our friend Tanucci went out the back of the field. Let's see, the suspense is rising. And it is. I can already see it is. There he is for a 205.3.
After a long weekend of preparation, the race is about to start. You could cut the tension with a knife. But all that matters now is who gets across that line first.
Oh yes, Gavin, I am clenched for this Moto2 race round Brno. We're underway for this 5-lap race. And we got a decent start, just like I wanted. And we're cruising it down the inside, up into 6th, as we got a bit of a push from Luti. We're getting out of the first corner where we wanted. This Nakagami has dropped back down to 8th. It's a bit late into that corner. Bit too much speed. No, we're bashing it with Luti. As we got Cortese and Corsi battling for 9th, bit of a tongue twister. As he accidentally dropped it down the first. But we've got Morbidelli in front, we've got Rins, we've got Zarko, got my teammate as well. Should be a good battle this race. So my teammate Rins are battling for second. And so we've got a bit of a gap behind. So this is the top 6 hopefully for the rest of the race. Don't have to nip behind us. Be too concerned about that. Because we've got Folger still up there. Just as I say that, I see a bit of a rider behind me. Oh, carrying too much speed into that left-hander again. As here comes Luti. Just as I dismissed him, of course he appears. So really are locking up the rears. Bit concerning. That's a better final corner. Even though, as you see, the AI seem to be running out wide there. It's Morbidelli in the top 3. As we go on the second lap. There we go, out of the first corner. Looking down the inside maybe. We're braking a bit earlier than we did on the first lap. Because we want to hook up this apex. There we go, looking to the outside of Volga. Get into that right-hander. Don't want to be making moves as it's, as I said, very easy to lose the rear end through there. A bit less treacherous than it was in MotoGP 15 though. It feels like that corner where I probably would have lost the rear end by now. It's Nakagami once again dropping down in the races. Not nice to see. What have you done to him, Milestone? Let's run a bit wide, but we're not losing too much. The riders in front. Once again, a bit like Assen, I'm going to be controlling myself here. Do you want to get ahead of Folger though? There's Morbidelli and my teammate battling. There we go. The corner just pushing me out wide slightly. And then Folger does. Let's see if we can get this left-hander right there. We do. Round the outside of Folger. Bit too much on the power though out the corner. And nicely out the right-hander. So we're up to 5th. I'm just going to gradually work away towards the front, hopefully. It's Folger, get back. Don't want another Luti case on my hand. Oh, we're going to the back of those. Expecting to carry more speed during that final corner. So halfway through this race now, onto lap 3. Around halfway through this season as well. It's in our 5th race in Moto2. After 6 races in Moto3 where it's very up and down. But it's been much more successful in Moto2 and then we experienced our first blip of course in Austria. But generally our pace has been excellent. And here's again, even with us going up to the highest difficulty now. So we go through the right-hander. As I said, Bruno is one of my circuits and I love this circuit so much that when MotoGP 15, I think it was, had the safety car in the game. Yeah, it handled a bit like a bike, but with 4 wheels. Just felt like a bit of a box. That I tested the safety car against Marc Marquez around this circuit on MotoGP 15. So if you want to look up that video, I think it's one of my most, it might be my most viewed video on this channel. Yeah, I love making that video. I love driving the safety car in that game as well. Even though it's physics-wise it was horrible, it was just pretty fun. Yeah, so dropping back slightly here on this third lap. I've got to up my pace a bit here. So I've just been very cautious. Don't want to be spinning up my rear tyre like you saw from my teammate. But Folger's not troubling us from behind. And, oh, that's not what we want to do. Into the penultimate corner. Don't want to be going sideways into it. So we go on to the penultimate lap of the race. Got Corsi battling for 7th with Luti. Simone Corsi. What a legend. And now we've got to uncork the bottle, I think. Let's penultimate lap of the race, but I want to at least be in a podium position by the end of it. As you are hooking up the apexes now. There you go. Didn't even have to brake during that right hand. It just carried the speed through it. And now down the hill into this very tricky section. And look at this, look, 3 wide in front. Sarko must be wondering what the heck is happening behind him. Let's try and make it 4 wide, shall we? Ah, got out of the corner poorly there. Bit too tight. And I drifted right on the exit with too much power going on. But here we go, that's a much better exit out of that right-hander. But I want to be very cautious in the braking into this right-hander. So easy to drift wide, to lose the back end. Looks like Morbidelli's been muscled out. Oh, we went into the back of the Italian. Try and dive down his inside. Not happening, no. As we approach the final lap of this race, we've got 5 guys, 5 riders battling for the win. And we make it up to 4th. That is our corner. Look out for that on the final lap. We try and make it into 3rd, where we wanted, but I'll take this position. Cross the line with the fast lap of the race. 2 minute, almost 2 minute flat. Where did that come from? I know I had to up my pace, but I didn't realise I had that in the bag. That's a poor first corner. Is Morbidelli going to get back past us? As the top 3 have made a run for it. Of course we want to join in. Bit wide, so we had to go down to 1st to get revs out the corner. Defend us position from Morbidelli. As Sarko's now been dropped down to 3rd, my teammate's leading. As they're going 3 wide once again during this right-hander. What are you doing? Mentalists. And it's like Morbidelli had a knock down our inside. Here we go, this is the corner. I have not got it right at all in previous laps. Much better there. During the left-hander. So, losing the back end slightly. Not too bad. We're coming up to my sector now. As I said, look out for that penultimate corner. This right-hander is normally not my right-hander, but that was pretty good. So we go up the hill. Gonna go down the inside of my teammate. You can. Run right slightly. Oh, that right-hander, we've done it. We've messed up. That's allowed Morbidelli back by. We're not going for the win. God damn it. We are going for 4th though. We are going for the podium maybe. No, my teammates run right. But it's not enough. Oh, he messed it up. Going up the hill during that left-right switchback corners. Disappointed with 4th there. Fastest out the race though. Very happy with that. Look at that, 1.2 seconds separate the top 5 as Rins, 1 from Sarko, my teammate. Morbidelli ran out of top 5 ahead of Volga. Agata in 7th, 1 out in that battle. Ahead of Luti, Corsi and Cortese. As looking at the championship, we're back up to 7th place with that good result ahead of Nakagami and Corsi. And lower down you can see that Danny Kent is up to 17th ahead of Shirota. As in the constructors, yeah, Cadix 190 points ahead. And in race prizes, pretty decent haul this time around. And once again improving our physical condition ahead of cornering, agility and throttle management as well, getting a boost as we're up into level 60 now. As we've got something to play.
Guys, even though we are not racing next week, I'd like us to practice a bit on the track. We are going to race with the Air Ones at Misano. Everyone try and make it. Bye.
Well, I have no choice, Rossi. Of course I'm going to make it. As once again we're racing the Yamaha R1M around the Misano circuit. And there it is. So let's actually turn the length down, make it a 3-lap race. So as it's not, you know, a main Moto3, Moto2 or MotoGP race. So here we are for the qualifying lap. I forgot to turn off qualifying as well, but gives us a practice lap around this Misano circuit. We had a horrible race last time. Let's see if we can do better this time around. On this Yamaha, very nice bike. So I'm hoping to do well this time around. As Misano is not one of my circuits. Also AI pretty good round it. Almost losing the bike. Just kept on it. In that very tricky sector. And now it opens up a bit more, this circuit. It's going into the hairpin. Nice smooth application of the power there. Now a couple more tight corners before we really open things up. I kind of like the sound as well. This bike a bit better. MotoGP bikes. So a bit wide. It's normally heavy braking. Just about got it down. It worked out alright in the end, despite going wide. So it kind of made me cautious for the next fast right-handers. Worked out pretty well. It was at the end of this qualifying lap. We do a mid 38. I reckon that's a decent lap time. No major mistakes there. So let's see how we've done on the grid. So we return to pit, session info. And yeah, we're right up there on the second row. As Rossi, of course, takes pole. Head of Morbidelli and Baldassari, but we're up there with Antonelli and Marini. Let's get some reputation VR points as well. And we improved our braking and body position ahead of this race. And you may have guessed this race is going to be the last of the episode. So let's go out on a high with this 3-lap adventure on these Yamaha R1Ms. It's a pretty good start, but it's not a long run to the first corner. Dropping back slightly and all. Having a hit into Baldassari, I think that was. As I was saying, that's Marini who's run right in front. We've got Fanati behind us. It's Morbidelli. Baldassari are battling for the lead. Rossi slotting into third. Nice run there onto the back straight as you get past Bagnaia and Fanati. Back into fifth. As well as that. That's Baldassari running very wide. Nice in the AI being human. It's got Marini in front. In fourth. Now my favourite section. Hopefully I'm fast around here. It's Fanati and Bagnaia trying to gang up on me. Here comes Bodega as well. Out of nowhere. we get back into our 5th spot. Oh, had a little look down the inside of Marini there. Oh, this is a good race to end it. Very feisty. So we ran a bit wide in the final corner. We'll hold on to 5th place. Let's go across the line. And the Marco Simoncelli circuit. I doubt he'd be disrespectful there. Mispronouncing his name. It was named in honour of the late Italian 250cc world champion rider. Sadly, he lost his life in the MotoGP class at Malaysia. In 2011, in that tragic week where we also lost Dan Weldon in Las Vegas in the IndyCar finale. There's also an off-road racer who sadly lost his life in a plane crash as well. Eisman. So it was a terrible week for racing. Unfortunately, we've had another terrible week in racing recently, of course, with Billy Monger having that terrible accident, Donington forcing the amputation of his legs. And then karting. Right, an 11-year-old die as well. So, fortunately, these things come in 2 and 3s. We experienced that again recently. But hopefully, we won't experience it for a long time to come. As we go on to the final lap of this race, that was really nothing. We just held a position. Whoa! What the hell? Is that Roman doing his thing? It was. And then he runs right. Is he getting swamped here on this final lap? I just wanted to cruise up to the front 4, but seems the game has other plans. As there goes Antonelli. We'll look round the outside up into 7th. So I'm guessing podium's out of the question for this race, but I want to get a top 5 as there's Migno in front of us. Where did he come from? Oh, is that the best right-hander though? Those are better right-handers. Can we dive it down the inside? Get out of here, Migno. Come on, Roman. You're mine in this final corner. Romano. Saying, no, I'm not. God damn it. Only 6th from that race. As Baldassari won it. But that was pretty fun on the first and final lap. As Marini did a fast out of the race. My only fastest out was only a 38.1, bit disappointing. Small Day second, the Doctor in 3rd, but that's a fun little race to end it. As we get some reputation VR points from that. And do we get some skills? Of course, we improve our physical condition. We do that every race. It's up to 64 now, as Rainer Beard, she's still down there in 45, but everything else above level 60. So that was a fun academy race to end it, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. I will be back with some more Moto2 action round. We're coming home to Silverstone round in Great Britain. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.